And we're back.
Hi to another episode of one of our crazy little podcasts. But we're going to talk about the thing that everyone is into in LA.
Which
Pla-
I'm almost, Xavier almost got me into this too. I actually went to one of his doctors for this.
yes, so this is plastic surgery. So it's one of those taboo things that people don't like to talk about, but a lot of people get it done.
So I personally have not gotten anything done, head to toe.
And it's funny because when I first saw him on Tinder, because we met on Tinder, I actually thought he had his lips done. I thought he had Botox. I thought he had his eyebrows done. But he just looks perfect. So, and it's
Yeah.
all natural. Unlike myself.
And also he told me he asked this when we met in person.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, where did you get your teeth from?"
Oh yeah, I thought his teeth were veneers
Yeah.
because his teeth are super white. So he was just like, no, I just brushed them. Yeah.
Let's find out how plastic Xavier is. And before we reveal how many surgeries and how many things you've got done, leave it down in the comments of how many surgeries and cosmetic things you think Xavier has done to himself.
Many. When you first met me, what did you think I had done?
I mean, clearly, like, I thought. Wait,
Go ahead, say it.
I've never been asked this question by you before, and it's so funny.
Exactly. That's why it's
Okay.
great. Okay.
So for me, clearly you had veneers. That was one thing. The other thing was your lips, very large lips.
But you like them, don't you?
No, I love them. So then the eyebrows was another thing. Your face was very non-wrinkled, which means you had a good amount of Botox put in you. I thought your chest was very much enlarged, and then your muscles were very large. So I thought you had something done with that as well. You have a very itty bitty waist was something that I also noticed. This is like my first impression. And then the other thing, which I wanted to keep for last, was the eyelashes. I thought he has eyelash extensions, and that's not true.
So when we were in New York, he was like looking at me and he was looking at my eyelash. He was like, "Do you have eyelash extensions?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Why is there one eyelash like at a place?" I'm like, "That the hair grows, I don't know." And then every day he kept on looking at it to see if the eyelash was still there.
And today it's not there. So something happened.
Yeah, I went and had her pulled it out. Because I said, "Oh yeah, by the way, he thinks this and that. Can you just get rid of this eyelash? Because this apparently it's out of place. Because he noticed it. He noticed this one eyelash out of place.
No, but it wasn't just me. So I mean, I think if you see him in real life, his eyelashes are very thick and they're very like curled. So I mean, to me, they just look very like perfect. So it's like, how do you have like these perfect eyelashes? And it's not just me who thinks this.
Everybody thinks that when they see me.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Everybody does, especially all the girls that don't have eyelashes.
Yeah.
They always say that, but you know it's always the guys that look at your eyelashes
I mean, my eyelashes
are very long.
they're long, but they go down. And I think they're very dark too.
Who, mine or yours?
Mine.
Yes, exactly.
Growing up, everyone thought I wore like eyeliner.
See, I actually thought so. Like I said, so when I first met Manny, I thought he had Botox. Thought he had lip filler. I thought he was a little bit older than what he was. I thought he wore makeup too because his skin was super flawless. But of course, I was all wrong. When he told me he was all natural, of course, I didn't believe him. I had to like feel his lips out myself to make sure that they weren't stuffed with like Juvederm. And then when he said he never had Botox before, I was like, oh, really? Like, but then I realized like he just takes really good care of himself, of his skin.
Yeah, so let's dive deep and let's see everything that you've done to yourself.
So one of the first things I had done, because as you all know, that I do work in the music industry. So when I first started, I was like 17, 18, and it was a weird industry where looks mattered and people used to comment on things that weren't really pertinent to your music. It was about the way you looked. So people would always comment about my nose, how big and wide it was, how fat my face was. They used to like write really mean comments. And being so young, I took it to heart. So as soon as I could, the first thing I did was I had my first nose job.
And you know what's funny? Out of everything that I noticed about you, the very first day, your nose was never like, oh, he got a nose job.
Oh, good, because they did a
They
really good
did a
job.
really, really good job.
They did. Both of the doctors did. So I had my nose job 3 times,
The three times they did an amazing job.
and I want my nose done one more
And I
time.
hope they do an amazing job just one more time.
One question people used to always ask me is, was it painful?
Was
No,
it?
nope, no pain,
Even the one that you were awake?
nothing. It was very not painful. I think out of all the things that I've had done, the rhinoplasty was the thing that was least painful. It was a thing that people noticed because your eyes are all black and blue.
Right.
I had to wear a caft, which is like this like hard cast over my nose for like 14 days. Then they took it off, and then I had to wrap my nose for 6 months in tape.
Wow. So it was a 6 month recovery process.
It takes 2 years. Like it was after
Okay, so after how long did you have your first nose job, and then you went into your second nose job?
18, and then a few years later, I had my second one, and then my last one I had maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
So what else besides your nose that you got done three times that's about to fall off? It's actually hanging off by like a piece of thread.
And then, of course, veneers. We talked about that, and we talked about my eyebrows. I had ribs taken out. That's why I have such a
That's
small
I feel
waist.
like a lot of people don't understand what that means because I did not understand what that meant. How do you have your ribs just taken out of you?
I mean, people do it. You can do it. They
So is
don't,
it like your rib cage or is it like
no.
your like an organ?
So we have males have 13 sets of ribs. Females have less.
How big are they?
They're like
So you got
they're tiny.
something this huge taken out of you.
Two of them.
Which one of these surgeries was the most painful?
You know,
Because they all sound like you're getting things ripped out of your body.
so the ribs were more painful, I thought, because you breathed with them. Moving was difficult. And I went to work. I had my surgery done on a Friday. I was back to work on a Monday. And I remember I was bleeding everywhere. I had drainage tubes hanging out of me.
Oh God.
And then my coworkers, I remember one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, you're bleeding." I'm like, "Am I?" So I went to the bathroom to change my pads. I pretty much felt like I was on a big period. But
Wait, but like why would you even want to do that? You know, you
bec-
like you said, we breathe with our ribs.
well, because you even commented like I do have a small waist, and that contributes to it a
You
lot.
just wanted a small waist.
And then I had, of course, my chin done 3 times. Because whenever you do your nose, you should always do your chin to
So
make
they
your
can match.
so it's symmetrical. And my face was very swollen. And I remember after I got it done, my face was super long, and I was like, "Oh my god, it looks so good."
He looked like handsome Squidward. But you know what? He was telling me how it's like you get to like choose your chin, which is
Yeah.
I think is so hilarious. It's like you're like you know like when you choose an avatar online, you create your own little character. That's literally what you're doing with your doctor. You're like, I'll take that chin with those ears, and then you know what? I'll get that nose too.
So when I get my nose done again, I'll have to get my chin done again.
There you go.
So I
More
have
surgeries to come.
there are more surgeries to come. Now that I have doctors now that will operate on me, I'll be going soon. And get
Or if there's no doctors out there that want to operate, we're gonna convince them to operate.
And then also another thing that I had done, because like I said, people used to always tell me how my face was fat. And honestly, it was. Every angle of my face was fat because I had too much fat in my cheeks. So I had buccal fat removal way before it became popular. And my doctor didn't want to do it. This was done, I was awake as well. Your mouth is open, they numb the inside of your face and they cut into it, and he fishes around with these alligator pliers or tweezers, and he rips out the fat out of your cheeks, and it was literally like the size of a quarter. But that size, it changed my
Yeah.
face totally. I think that and my eyebrows changed my face. And that took like 6 months to heal.
I
And
mean, how do you just go from like one surgery to another surgery? I mean, I'm sure there's like a lot of things that they tell you before you go to into surgery of like, oh, these are the side effects, this could go wrong, XYZ. But it's like you're such a risk taker. You're just like F the rules, F what they're telling me. I don't care if I die tomorrow. I don't care if I die on the surgery table. Like, do this to my face.
I think I've always wanted my nose done. I've always hated it. It was always too big. And then once you do one thing, it's kind of like opening up the floodgates. For the last thing I had done, which was actually the last thing I had done was my chin, I believe.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, I can kind of like relate to that. So the one thing that I went to Dr.
Desai.
Desai for was my nose and then also my under eye bag. And then also recently, after him telling me all his nose jobs, and there was this one video I saw my side profile. I was like, holy shit, like standing right next to you, I look like a piece of crap. So, I mean, I can kind of see like what you're saying. It's like you want one thing, and it's like, you know what? Well, I'm fixing this. Let me go ahead and fix that. Because originally it was just the under eye bags, but I was like, you know what? While I'm going over there, let me just ask about the nose too. You know?
And the thing is, like, a lot of times, like, the things that we see, other people don't see. So all these
Right.
things that he's telling me, I didn't see it. And of course, I've had Botox, but who hasn't? Filler in my lips, of course.
Yeah.
I have nothing in my cheeks though. Everyone, my cheeks are natural. I just have naturally high cheekbones. But everyone always assumes that I have, and everything else, like no implants anywhere. I want deltoid. I want like bigger shoulders. I want shoulder implants.
Which
Maybe.
I think that's crazy. I think your body looks amazing the way it is.
Oh,
Aw, you want to be me? Aw.
oh, you want to be me? Thank you, thank you. I see you're trying really hard, but thank you.
Aw, you trying to copy my workouts?
So people go. I mean, I know people that will mortgage their house, steal from their moms and dads,
Oh,
life
yeah.
insurance to get plastic
People are
surgery.
crazy.
How about you, Manny? Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Besides your nose, have you ever thought about getting anything done?
Why? Do you think I have more insecurities about my face or anything?
No, you don't, and that's why. But like I've told you, I'm a very supportive person. If you feel like you want to get something done, you let me know. Like I'm very supportive.
No, yeah, he's told me that multiple times, but I really, the only thing that bothered me is my under eye bags.
Wait, let
I,
me just clear this up. I never said that he needs to get work done. I want to, in case someone's out there being like, "Oh, he's saying," no, I never said that. I told him before he didn't needs zero work. He's perfect the way he is. But if
but
he is insecure about stuff, I will help him. I'll be a supportive person and be like, "Let's go." I know people that can do that. But I've never once said he ever needed anything done ever. I always thought he was perfect. And I'm sure a lot of the people here will say the same things, that you are perfect, that you don't have to get those done. I don't think you have to get it done. I think your nose is perfect. It's very cute. I think your eyes are cute.
yeah, I don't think I have like the biggest insecurity about my nose. It was just kind of like, oh, it could look better.
But if you want to get it done, I'm going back to get mine done.
So we can be little nose job buddies.
You could be my
Nose job
travel
buddies.
buddy, and then when I'm under the knife, you could
I can
use
steal his
credit card and pay for your surgery.
I'll gaslight him, be like, yeah, it was you're crazy.
No, you could guess that you like when they were putting you under anesthesia, you told me.
You told me to get a nose job with you,
But
and you
I-
told me to get a BBL too, and you were gonna pay for it. You told me.
First of all, you do not need a BBL. I'm sorry. That time that we went to New York, he was wearing these tight little leather pants walking down the street. He looked like he had a BBL. All you saw was a little waist and a big butt. So you do not need a BBL. If you want to get one, you can, but I don't think you need one.
I mean, I don't even think I have that much fat to like
No, so
suck out of.
let's say Manny wanted a BBL. He's really lean. So in order for him to get a BBL, he would have to gain 30 pounds to get a BBL, because the BBL is they actually suck fat out of your body, they clean it, and they put it back in your body.
Can they get like my love handles here, and then maybe parts of my cheek
No,
to get like?
it has to be a lot of fat because they got to clean it, and then
Oh, that's right. They can only use some.
they only use the good parts, because the bad parts they can't put back in your body. So that's what I've had done. I probably missed a few things because I've had a lot done.
But let us know whether or not you agree, getting things done with your face is something that's good for you, or if you prefer to tell people that they're just beautiful the way they are, because I think that people are beautiful the way they are.
But you,
But also, it's like if you're insecure about something, then
but
do something to fix
just
it.
on that note, everyone, no, because
Yes.
no, everybody used to always say that too, like, oh, you didn't need that stuff done. But then after I had my like last nose job and my chin, oh, I also had my jawline done as
Yeah, you
well.
did. You got the filler for your jawline.
No, I had it shaved.
Wait, I thought you got the filler.
No, I never. No, I didn't want bigger. I got my jawline. I got my.
But with the filler, doesn't it like define your jawline?
No, that's Botox. I had my muscles and your master's muscles. I had Botox in them, which gives you a smaller jaw. But I had my jaw shaved down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was painful, but the rivers was a lot more painful. But after I got all this stuff done, people used to always tell me, "Oh, you're so handsome." But no one ever said that before, ever. So when people tell me that, I look at them and I'm like, "You're full of shit." Because I've known you for years, you've never told me how handsome I
Yeah.
was until I had all this stuff done. So, people lie. Your friends and your parents lie to you. They will tell you how good you look because they don't want to hurt your feelings.
But he will gladly hurt them for you.
I will gladly tell you, like, if you come to me, like, some people will come up to me, they're like, can I get your honest opinion? And then I ask
He's the
them,
king of honest opinions, let me tell
but
you.
I have to ask people because I've learned from like past experiences. So I'm like, so do you really want to know the truth, or you want me to lie?
Yeah.
Some people will be like, oh, never mind, because they're not looking for the
They know
truth.
your answer.
But my answer will always be like, I think like everyone, like Manny said, you are comfortable in your own skin. If you feel comfortable, that's great.
And on that note, we will see you in the next one.
And as always,
Stay
stay
street
street
smart.
smart.